All right. So we're going to start on our backs today, as usual. You don't need any props. If you like using your strap or your block, you can go always have that nearby, but I don't plan on using them today. So let's go ahead and get settled on our backs. With your feet on the floor, your knees up. And just let your arms relax on the sides of your body. And just keep moving around until you feel that moment when your spine is supported by the big bones all around it. Back of your pelvis, shoulder blades, the backs of your ribs. And feel your feet on the floor, maybe wiggle your toes a little. Feel your arms wherever they are touching the floor. And the back of your head. And now we're just going to breathe. Just taking a minute, at least 1 minute, to let your body settle, let your mind settle. Bring yourself right into this present moment, this breath. Let's take a couple more mindful breaths here. And then our first movement will be bringing the right knee up towards your chest. And you can hold on anywhere it's comfortable. If you're using a yoga strap, this is a good time for that strap. It can go behind your right thigh. And we're not really pulling, we're not really trying to stretch too deeply yet. We're just kind of checking things out. How does this feel? Where do you feel tension? And where can you find a place that feels a little bit like a little bit of effort, but not too much, just right. And then start to make some circles with your right foot. And if you're holding on to the front of your knee around your upper calf, maybe you can feel those muscles working as you make these circles. And go the other way, reversing your circles. And then come back to neutral and flex your foot. And then release your right foot back down to the floor and bring your left knee up toward your chest and pause. Again, notice any tension, any tight spots on the left side. See if you can find a good, comfortable place. And then start to make circles with your left foot. And reverse. And then come back to neutral, point and flex. And then flex your left foot and hold. And release. Bringing your left foot back down, repositioning your back if you need to. Bringing your arms out in a T position with your palms facing up. And then we'll do some windshield wipers. Moving your legs side to side. And just noticing again where the edge is. Where's the edge of comfort here? Where does it start being uncomfortable? We don't want to go there. We're not competing. We're not even competing with ourselves. We're just finding a place to move and maintain our flexibility, maintain a little level of strength. It actually feels pretty good not to compete, even with yourself. The next time your legs come to the right side, pause there. And they don't need to touch the floor. You are keeping your arms straight out in a T position. And then if you like, slide your right hand down underneath your right leg and lift your leg back up. So you come back up to neutral and then continue on over to the left side and pause there. And take a few breaths. Again, if you like, you can slide your left hand underneath your left leg, lift your legs back up, reposition your back, lift and lower so that you can place your back of your pelvis and your shoulder blades down on the floor and your spine is supported again. And now keep your knees up as you slowly raise your arms up overhead so the backs of your hands rest on the floor. Your arms can be straight. They can be out in a T position. Just want to feel that stretch around your shoulders and your chest. All right, on your next inhale, raise your arms up into the air. And then as you exhale, bring both knees up towards your chest and hold on with both hands. And then rock side to side. And then gradually come on back to neutral, but pull your knees in just a little bit more. This time we're giving ourselves a little deeper stretch. You could imagine you're hugging yourself, give yourself a big hug. And then pull your knees out to the sides, opening your legs up as if you were standing in a wide stance. So you're going to feel this in your inner thighs. We're going to add one more stretch here. So keep your legs spread out like this in this wide position. Slide your hands behind your thighs. Lift both legs up into the air so your legs create a V shape, and flex your feet. All right, let's just come right back to neutral. Bring our feet back down. Reposition your back if you need to. And then we're going to get ready for a bridge sequence. So walk your heels up towards your bottom. Your knees are directly over your ankles. So there's a nice line from your hip joint up to your knees, and then from your knees down to your ankles. And then bring your hands down next to your hips. Hands are flat on the floor. Press into your feet and lift your spine 2 or 3 inches off the floor. No big deal. All of a sudden you feel your thigh muscles. Okay, and slowly lower down. Relax for a couple breaths. And then again, press into your feet. Lift your spine a little bit higher this time. And see if you can slide your hands underneath your back. Keeping your palms on the floor. All right, slide your hands out from underneath your back. Lower down. Don't slide your arms out in a T position, but keep your palms down on the floor. Take a couple breaths. And now we're going to come up into bridge pose again. Press into your feet as you lift up off the floor. And now turn your palms so they face up. And start to slide your arms up. So you may stop in a wide V. You may go up into a regular size V. You may go all the way up overhead. So you find the place that feels good to your shoulders, your arms, your chest. But we're still in bridge pose. All right, we're going to come into a flow now, a bridge flow. So as you inhale, raise your arms up. And as you exhale, lower your back and your arms down. Arms come down by your sides. And then inhale, lift up again. Exhale, arms down overhead. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms out in a T position as you come back down. Let's do that again. Inhale as we lift up. Exhale, arms down overhead. You're still in bridge pose. And inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms come down by your hips, by your sides as you lower down. Again, inhale up. Exhale as you come down with your arms out in a T position. So that's 3 arm positions. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down overhead. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Let's do that one more time, all 3 positions. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down overhead. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, out in a T position. Inhale up. We're going overhead again. Arms down overhead. Then inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down by your sides. And relax. Walk your feet out. Reposition your back. Just let yourself rest. Now from here, we're going to roll over to one side and help ourselves up into a sitting position, a cross-legged sitting position. So once you've come up into your sitting position, try to find your sitting bones. And then take your shoulders up by your ears, roll your shoulders down your back, let your hands rest on your legs, close your eyes and take a couple breaths. It's like we're resetting our nervous systems now. We're starting over from this position. And then we're going to move into spinal rotations, ending in a spinal twist. So that means we all start on this in the same direction. So turn your torso towards your right thigh. Let your chin lead the way down towards your right knee, and then around to your left knee and back up. And we'll do this 5 times and then we'll hold. And we're exhaling as we come down, inhaling as we come up. The next time you come to the left side, pause there. You're turning towards your left thigh, and then we're going to find our twist on this side. So just turn your body, bringing your left hand behind your back. You're going to feel that twist in your waist. Now, before we come out of this spinal twist, let's turn our heads to the right. Your body is twisting to the left and your head is twisting to the right. And then we want to bring our heads back to neutral first. And then turn towards your left leg again. We're going to do 5 spinal rotations from this direction and then repeat on the right side. So you're exhaling down, inhaling up. One more time. And when you come to the right side, pause. Turn to the right. Bring your right hand behind you, twisting from the waist. And then again, let's turn our heads in the opposite direction. So you're turning your head to the left. All right, release your head back to neutral. Release your torso back to neutral. And once you get there, roll your shoulders. We're going to come onto our hands and knees next. Do a couple of sequences here on our hands and knees. So take your time. Check your alignment. So your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. And then we're going to move our hips side to side. The next time your hips come to the right side, pause there. Now we're going to integrate cats and cows with this movement. So right now your right hip is pressing out to the side. And then you're going to drop your belly down. And as you do, you're arching your back. Move over to the left side. As you come up on the left side, round your back. And then move back to the right. Drop down as you arch your back. Moving to the left. Coming up as you round your back. Do that 3 more times in this direction. The next time you come up to neutral, pause. And then move your hips to the left. Drop down into cow pose. Move over to the right. Come up into cat pose. So we'll do that 4 more times in this direction. And then come on back up to neutral. And let's just do one simple cat pose. Tuck your tailbone and round your back. And then we'll do a cow pose. So lift your tailbone, drop your belly, press your shoulder blades down your back as you press your chest forward. And then slowly bring your spine back into neutral. Come on down onto your forearms. Make some space between your knees and then press back into child's pose. Let's take a break here. One more breath. Now keep that space between your knees. And then as you lift up, bring your chin toward your thumbs. And then bring your hips back toward your heels. We're inhaling forward and exhaling back. Let's do that 3 more times. And the next time your hips come towards your heels, pause there. Take a few breaths. And then go ahead and come back up onto your hands and knees. Bringing your knees back in line with your hips. Your wrists are under your shoulders. And then we're going to stretch the right leg back for a calf stretch. Now you can do this on your forearms if you prefer. Sometimes our wrists get a little tired of holding us up. So you can do this whole sequence on your forearms if you like. But right now we're stretching out the right calf. Keep your right foot flexed as you lift your leg about 3 or 4 inches off the floor. And then bend your right knee, keeping your foot flexed so the bottom of your foot faces the ceiling. And release. When you're ready, stretch your left leg back for a calf stretch. Then keep your left foot flexed as you lift your foot, your leg, 3 or 4 inches off the floor. And then bend your left knee, bottom of your foot faces the ceiling. Almost done. Almost time for another rest. And release. And one more time, come back into child's pose. Or if you prefer, you can sit on your heels. Most people don't like this position. Sometimes I prefer it. Whichever position you choose, go ahead and make some circles with your hands, giving your wrists a little break. Now from here, we're gonna stand up. So some people prefer to do a down dog to get up. If you prefer that, go ahead and do your down dog, bring yourself up to a standing position. Otherwise, stand on your knees, step 1 foot forward, hands on this nice strong thigh here. Press into your back foot and help yourself up. I know it's easier said than done. Eventually we find our own way. And then we'll do a little standing sequence. Cut my head off. Sort of cut it off. All right. Let's come into a wide stance. So if you're on a yoga mat, you're standing long ways on your mat. Bring your hands to your hips, and we're going to do spinal rotations from this position. So we're moving our torsos in some nice slow circles. We'll just do 5 in each direction. Nice and slow. Next time you come up to neutral, pause and reverse. One more. And once you've come up to neutral, release your arms down by your sides. Relax your shoulders. Feel your feet. Let's just pause here for a few breaths. All right. Go ahead and step your feet back towards each other so you're in mountain pose. We're going to do a chair flow today. So once we're in mountain pose, once we put our feet here and we decide this is where we want to stand, this is where our legs are going to stay for the whole sequence. When you're ready, inhale, reach up, exhale, lean back, lift your chest. On your next inhale, lift up. Exhale, hold your belly in as you hinge at the hips and come into airplane pose. Keeping your knees soft, keeping your belly tight. Knees soft just means keeping a nice soft bend behind your knees. Then on your next exhale, come all the way down into forward fold. Your hands can rest anywhere on your legs or the floor. One more breath. When you're ready, bend your knees. Hold your belly in as you lift up. Bring your arms out in front of you into chair pose. And inhale back up. Exhale, palms together, down to your heart, and relax. We're going to do that 2 more times. When you're ready, inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, lean back and lift your chest. And you can see it's a small movement, but you can sure feel it in your upper back when you imagine you're arching your upper back. Then inhale back up to neutral and exhale back into airplane pose. Belly pulled in, knees slightly bent, Keep your neck in neutral. So you're not looking up. Your neck, the spine in your neck is lined up with the rest of your spine. And in forward fold, that's where we get to release everything from the waist up. Just let it all go soft. You can just let your arms dangle if you like. And then we're going to come back up to chair pose. So bend your knees. Sweep your arms out to the sides. As you're inhaling, you're coming up. And then once you exhale, you're in chair pose. Your belly is still pulled in. And inhale up and exhale, palms together down to your heart and relax. All right, we're going to do that one more time. Same thing, no changes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lean back and lift your chest. On your next inhale, lift back up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, coming into airplane pose, belly pulled in. This is all about strengthening your back muscles. And on your next exhale, come all the way down into forward fold. Let your upper body go soft. Let your legs do the work, holding you up. And then one more time, we're coming up into chair pose. Bend your knees. Sweep your arms out to the sides as you inhale. And then exhale as you come into chair pose. Pull your belly in. I know I say it every time. I remind myself too. Because we're tempted to just relax our bellies, right? But when you pull your belly in, you support your legs. You give your legs a little bit of help. And then one more time, let's lift up, palms together, down to your heart, into mountain pose. If you're comfortable closing your eyes from a standing position, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you might just let your gaze sort of cast down towards the floor and just let your body relax. Just feel the energy that's flowing through you right now. Okay, let's step out into a wide stance one more time. Start to move side to side. Swing your arms, tap your sides, and tap your back. And then tap your chest. all around your shoulders. Where we're tapping right now, there's a whole lot of lymph nodes. You're stimulating lymphatic fluid to move through your body and do its job. And then we'll do our hands down by our hips, lower belly, tailbone. Again, lots of lymph nodes down here. And then start to slow down. And then just pat the outsides of your hips, down the outsides of your legs, all around your knees, and back up, and then pat your belly. We'll do that again 4 more times. Down the outsides, up the insides, pat your belly. Good. One more time. And this time when you come up, just pat anywhere, any way you want. Chest, shoulders, back of your neck, anywhere you want to pat. And then we're going to make our way back down to our mats for a nice, slow cool down. We're coming back where we started. Onto our backs. And you might just find that once you get down here, you're done. You just feel like resting, and that is just fine. You definitely want to pause for a few breaths once you get back down onto your back. And then you can decide if there's any other stretching you'd like to do. So I'm going to go through a few, and you can choose 1 or 2. So just like the way we started, you can bring one knee up towards your chest. And the other knee, you're going to hold a little longer than I'm holding. I'm just giving you options. You could do some more windshield wipers. You could come into a butterfly pose, letting your knees fall out to the sides. To bring both knees up toward your chest. You can find a happy baby pose if you like, holding on behind your thighs or to the bottoms of your feet. And then you could also do a figure 4 pose. Crossing one ankle over the other thigh, and your legs up towards your chest. This is going to get deep down into your hip, around where your sciatic nerve is. We almost always do this at the end because we're warmed up. We don't want to do this when we're cold. This pose is really kind of designed for that final relaxation, just really getting deep down in there and releasing. And then you can also just let yourself rest. At the end of every yoga practice, you want to leave at least 1 minute and preferably 2 or 3 minutes to just breathe. Let our bodies integrate. Get back to a natural rhythm, back to your natural breath. Once you've reached this final relaxation, you're just focused on your breath. You're just making friends with your breath again. But when you feel ready, start to deepen your breath. And as you do, you may start to move your head or your hands or your feet. You're going to make your way up to sitting when you're ready. And then once you've come up to a sitting position, rub your hands softly. Close your eyes. Open your hands out to the sides and say a silent thank you to yourself. Then inhale up overhead, exhale down to your heart, and bow forward. Namaste.